Here we are. We're in Agartha. This is Killer Killer. He's going to be helping me today. We're going to build a stables. And actually, I'm going to ask if anyone else wants to help us build. And I'm not sure if your voice is going to come through on the stream or not, Killer. If you want to, but I don't know if anybody's going to hear you or not. Sometimes when people join my stream, they can't be heard, so it might be up to your individual settings, I'm not sure. So what we're building today is called a half timber house, which you can Google if you're interested to see what a half timber house is supposed to look like. This one's going to have 5 panels. So we're going to start that right about here. Make a nice creepy little alleyway. And each of these panels is going to be filled with pale yellow. And there will be timbers on these cement blocks going up, made out of dark chocolate. I forget the name of the block. And if you've seen my streams before, you know that it's almost impossible for me to talk and build at the same time. So if it seems like I don't really know what I'm talking about, at least I know what I'm building about. So I'm going to do a few little examples so that my helper can get to work on copying me down the way. It's going to be 5 of those. Mix some pale yellow. And the pale yellow goes right between them. I'm going to invite some more people to this party because they want to help. Mark Lee 04. Alright. As you can see already, just while I was doing that, people are getting to work, Killer's getting to work, somebody's working, and it's starting to lay out. So, thanks, bud. So now we're going to do that same thing, but going this way. We're going to put a cement block for the base of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And the house goes on. And then I want to take a notch out of this building. which is going to make room for the stable, which the stable's going to run more or less parallel to the road and fill in the rest of this yard. And that's going to give us a little place here where we can have a door into the back of the house that leads out to the stable. And obviously the stable has to have a big fenced in corral. So the corral will run all the way around and all the way back to the front of the house where I'm walking right now. And then the stable will be back here behind the notched out section, right in this area. And then we're going to fill it up with horses. Right now everybody's getting to work on the first floor, so I have to start the second floor, which I'll do right now. So the second floor of this has a little, don't worry about the door right now. Just make the wall, and we'll cut the door back out again. It'll be fine. So we're gonna put a little out bump on each of these that will show where the second floor begins. And these are supports. These are actually beams that run across the entire length of the house. If you look at the inside, which I need a lot more blocks to do. And it looks like Anir wants to help. Yeah. Solidus 947. There we go. Now everybody who wants to join can join. I'm going to make some dark chocolate, or dark chocolate blocks to show one of the beams. And these are beams that would have been notched and placed atop the pillars so that they crisscross across the ceiling. And they support the second floor of the house. The beams run like this. Hello. We're streaming just for your own safety, and I'm not sure if your voice will be on the stream or not. So if that makes you uncomfortable, okay. Well, you can warp to anyone in any party you're in by clicking on their name. We're in Agartha. So the beams go across like this, all the way across. Okay, so what we're doing right now is you'll need some dark chocolate blocks. I'm DeadGuildenstern. Thank you. So you can see these little these little end pieces that stick out on the outside are actually the end of the beam that runs through the whole building, and these would have been all a single piece of wood that would have a notch chopped out of each one that crosses so that they fit together like Lincoln logs. And then supporting this whole beam, upright beam sunk down into mortar, this would have supported the second floor, which I'll make right now as soon as Solidus gets out of my way. Solidus and Markle. There we go. And now Killer's in the way. Okay. Oh, and it didn't work. Okay. Well, anyway, I made it too long. These are going to go essentially runners along the beams tops. And that will keep the... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So I didn't make nearly enough dark chocolate blocks. Okay. If you can see what I'm doing, go ahead and do it. Yeah, you're doing good. Keep it up. Now we're going to do the same thing we did on the lower floor, but we're going to do it on the upper floor. And it's going to be one block out from the lower floor. Because that's what a half timber house, that's the style. And the second floor is a little bit shorter than the first floor. If you don't have dark chocolate, and it's called dark chocolate, you can probably get it from Killer. He can take you to a trade post. Thanks, Killer. Yeah, okay. And you can see how fast this house is coming together. We've barely started and we're already doing pretty good, so. Who can't build? Say your name. You can do whatever you want, just don't grief our work. Okay, Solidus, you're an architect now. You can build now. Builders don't care about power rank. I'm a Chloro with 10k PD, and it's all. I'm a Chloro with 10k PR, and it's all PD. We're going to do the same thing we did downstairs. For the floor that's inside here, we want to do a wooden floor, and it has to be a lighter sturdy wood like pine. So I'm going to find a good color for that. I'm thinking khaki pants looks like a good brown wood color. Okay, let's do cardboard box. So I'll just make enough of them to start the pattern so everybody else can get some work done too. Because I have to plan the next step. There we go, we've got some nice flooring going. After this, we're going to do the roof, which has, once again, it goes out one more step. And again, it's one block shorter. Ahoy. That's okay, fix them up. I put those there. Yeah, just like the bottom floor, we're gonna do each. So I don't know if you can see this, but down below, each subsequent floor has an overlay of beams that go through. You have a lot of questions, man. This isn't white. This is pale yellow. And if you don't know what something is, you can always break one to find out. No, you're not going to get in trouble. If you start doing something, that I don't think we should do, I'll just talk about it with you. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe, you know, whatever it is. Okay, this, something funky going on here. Here we go. There we go. Fixed. And fixed. Whoops. I'm doing these on the lower floor instead of the upper floor. I got a little confused. Okay, there we go. Oops. And here. I'm trying to do too many things at once. Yeah, I'm kind of messing it up here, aren't I? So, hold on. Let me undo what I did. The lower level floor, yeah, we need the lower level floor. It should be, dig down one square all the way around. And then lay in the floor. And Killer, as you can see, he's got a bulldozer, so he can more easily remove blocks. I do that too when I build. I turn off special effects. Okay, hopefully I've undone all the mistakes I made. There we go. Now it's time for the roof layer. The roof layer needs cross beams to support it. It's the stables for Agartha. Looks good so far. Okay, now the final floor,
Hey, Dad.
yeah.
I'm unable to build yet.
Who is this?
Mark Lee 04.
Okay, I'll make you an architect right now.
I have all the standard block recipes.
Cool. Okay, we can hang trophies on the wall too for the club. Let's finish this build first. Cool. Let me pop down there and take a look.
If I get any more silver jade fins, I'm gonna donate them.
Nice. Yeah, okay, very good. Now, the floor has to be, like I said, let's do cardboard again, because I like that. And there is going to be a door here. And I think the door should be only 1 block wide right there. Leading out to the corral. Cardboard box is the floor.
Dark
Now
chocolate for the bottom floor. I mean, not dark chocolate, cardboard.
Cardboard for the bottom floor. The roof is going to be
Alright.
Brown Town. And the roof has to be a funny shape because of the way we did this, which is going to be fun.
Cardboard.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this once again goes out 1. But this is only on this one face, so I don't want anybody to copy me yet on the roof until I've got some of it laid out. Brown Town is going to be the name of the roof tiles. But there's another aspect to this. So the peak is a 1-for-1 raise. There's orange in the club chest. Yep, pale yellow between these, but wait a minute, because I need to figure out the exact angle of the roof. Didn't I make any Brown Town? I guess I didn't. Okay, cool. Let me grab those real quick. Nice. Okay. I've got 200 Brown Town. Thanks, Killer. We are, but with some changes. So don't copy me yet. Let me get the basic idea laid out so that we all know what we're doing. Hey, Solidus, can you move out of the way? Thanks, bud. So I'm just doing a diagonal line where the roof they call that the canter? Camber? I forget the name of this. Anyway, canter is what a horse does. Almost there. And here we go. There's one side of the peak. And the peak comes out, it doesn't just run flush with the building. It has an overhang, what they call eaves. The roof has eaves which keep rain away from the plaster that is between the wooden beams on the house, because the plaster over time can be washed away by rain. So they would create these What? Yeah. Yeah, do that all the way around, but then the roof is obviously going to run along this part right here. So you won't be able to actually, so on this side you won't have to do that. Because that's going to be covered by eaves. You can actually just run these blocks right along like this. And then another thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to make this eave come out one more. Yeah, there's a party. I'll invite Kagroff. Okay. For this notched out part, there's going to be an overhang that covers this little back area. And this will be where they keep their firewood. I think that's probably the best spot for the firewood. Who's talking? Okay, where you at? Uneven. Let me see. Okay. That's pretty interesting. I wonder what happened there. Oh. Okay, I see what happened. So just ignore this beam. Yeah, there you go. Run a beam across that way. There you go. And you just solved the beam problem. And that is how you build a half timber house, more or less. We're not done yet, but this looks pretty good. Pretty good. I like it. Pale yellow all the way up. I'm gonna invite Kagroff to this party.
Hey,
Ahoy.
sorry guys yesterday for destroying it. I just have a couple of questions.
Shoot.
Yeah. It's kind of obvious. Um, what are you guys building?
This is a stable.
Are you sure? You know why, uh, is there any deaf?
Any deaf?
Deaf. Like you usually put the pillars out and put the walls inside of it.
This is what's called a half timber house, which the construction method is that the timbers go up, and then the spaces between the timbers are filled with plaster. So yes, this is exactly how it's intended to be. I know you just watched a video about depth in
No,
Minecraft.
no, I just send that to show you guys how
Yeah.
I build.
And depth is really important. It's definitely one of the principles of it's called texture, and it's one of the principles of design. But in this case, we have a larger goal of a time period that we're going for. And so I'm trying to use the actual construction methods, just like you did with your awesome house, Kagroff. I saw the way that the beams were laid into the stone wall to support the upper floor, and then the upper floor is wood. It looks really good. I like it a lot.
That's how I build my houses.
Yeah, thank you for building that, man. It looks amazing.
Wait, this right here? You built that?
Our Germanic half timber house looks pretty good next to your Nordic.
It's more medieval.
Yeah, it's got some medieval to it.
These sides are Nordic. Can we have a vote for the name of the diner? We're not making it a brothel. I really don't. It's not a brothel. Sorry, Dad.
So check it out, Kagroff. This building right here, I built it for a purpose. There's a reason why I needed this building, and it's.
I was gonna put the horses right here. Right here. I was planning either to make a chimney room right here or put the horses right there.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I was saying, this building over here, the one you built, I have a purpose for it. So we're not going to change the name, and we're not going to change the function of it. It's still going to be what I said it was going to be, because I have something that I want to do in it.
Make it a giant casino. I know, underground.
Yeah, exactly. And we're actually
But it's not a brothel. We're not making it a brothel.
Well, okay, Rob. It's okay, man. It's just we're just joking about all that. It's in actuality
Yeah, I know.
the only thing it is it's just a place for us to have our dice game.
A dice game? What does it gotta be?
You'll see.
Why are you using that style of roof if you're using a different color of wood? Because that wood looks more like black.
Well, this is actually the traditional type of wood and stain that they used on half timber houses. It was a very darkly stained and very dense wood to hold up, and then you want to use a lighter waterproof wood for the roof and for the floors in between. So that's why we're doing it.
Neat.
And I really like this. I think that this floor up here needs a layer of the one in here. There we go. It's all done already. It looks amazing.
I have trouble making chimneys in Trove.
We need a staircase.
We have stair blocks. Just like I use it for a couch because it looks better at the couch.
Sure,
If you could do it.
The chimney should be white, or as white as possible.
You're streaming, I see.
I am. The chimney should be as white as possible, and it should be right next to the peak of the roof. Yeah, I'm live
They
streaming.
can't hear us, right?
I don't know if anybody can hear you or not.
Let me check. I've been a couple of times.
Anir says Mark Lee
They
can be
can't
heard
hear
and
us.
Keg. Yeah,
Oh.
you guys can talk. Just keep it civil.
God, if picks a crew, I will troll Agartha for 1,000,000 plugs.
Why didn't you?
Lux first. Okay, I'll disable my mic on the broadcast.
That happens. That's server lag. You can quit the game and reload it to get rid of that. It's not important. Okay. The roof overhangs quite a bit. Mm-hmm. The High Council. It might. Maybe builders back then just weren't very good at their jobs. Yeah, there will be a pillar supporting part of the roof. Irma?
Irma.
Hmm? If you're not going to have a story while you build, then you're not really fleshing it out properly. Like honestly, what okay, so here the bank for example. The bank is over here. It's inside the wall because you don't want poor people at your bank, right? They smell bad and they don't have money anyway. Outside the wall is where the poor people live, and the poor people like to gamble because everybody likes to gamble, especially poor people. So the rich gambling is illegal. That's why it's right. That's why officially it's just a brothel and bar. But unofficially the owner does pay the king quite a bit of money to keep his gambling operation going, and the king needs the money, so that's why he allows it. Well, of course, there's always shady things going on in any kingdom. But we come up with stories like that so that somebody doesn't go, hey, why is there a chimney on the side of the house? You know, that doesn't make sense. So we come up with stories so that we can justify everything we do. And that's important in art. If you're a professional artist, you need to justify what you're doing, kind of explain what you're doing. You can. There's there's an island dedicated to architect building, and I can take you there after the stream. So right now I'm gonna put the final pillar into place, and then I'm gonna set up some stacks of firewood. I don't have, what do you mean, a stack of the kind that you craft? I probably only have about 6 of them, so I'm gonna make them and use them for this build. I do. But I only have about 6 or 10 enchanted wood, I think. Ahoy. That's good. Save them for when you need them. I need to make the stables right here. So there needs to be a horse stable right where I'm standing. Which one? Well, I'm streaming, Keg, and we're not doing anything except building because of the stream, so I'll come and look at it after the stream, okay? I know. Oh, do what you want to do. You're a good builder. You can handle it. Oh, you built a stable into the building? Yeah. Well, you know, maybe the people who stay there need a place to keep their horses while they eat. That makes sense. It's not so much a room and board as it is just a place to park your horse, so to speak, out of the rain. Okay. They would have used the same timbers. And I think this actually needs to be one wider. The chimney on a half timber house goes right where he's putting it. That's perfect. That's exactly where it goes. Right where you're putting it. But it needs to be white. Because that's what a half timber house has. It has a white chimney. Probably some kind of baked clay. Okay. I'm gonna stop the stream now because I think we've done enough to show kind of how to build this. Thanks for watching.